Okay.
All right, Sue, I'm going to let me share.
Never went to that.
Okay, this here. And we're going to start off with open group one. Now there are 7 entries in this group. And because of that, we're only going to have a first and a second place.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you go in and out first?
Yeah, in and out, right.
Okay. Can you preview them? Can you
Yeah,
run them?
I'll be happy to.
Nice.
All right. Open group 1. Spring Lake Park Bridge.
Out.
You can also make comments if you.
Oh, I can? Okay.
Absolutely.
It's a little centered and a little static. I think maybe a different angle might have made it a little bit more dynamic.
Geometric divide.
Mm. Again, out. I think if it had the color instead of black and white, it might have been a little bit more appealing. Because you lose some of the detail over on the right, I notice.
Old organ.
I'll leave that in for now.
Okay. Any comments?
I'll comment when I score.
Okay. Too nice for fishing.
Well, it's interesting, you don't usually see a boat pulled up on the there. I'm thinking that the background really doesn't help, and a lot of the detail and the white inside the boat is lost. I think a little bit darker, maybe a little bit more contrast. Plus, it's sort of centered you lose the center of interest with all the buildings behind there. I think maybe if you got on the other end of the dock and shot it the other way, maybe looking at the water, might have been a bit more appealing. So I'd be out.
Taking a rest.
I'll leave that in. It tells a story. I like that.
Okay. Eye-catching.
Probably where the organ was. It looks like the same architecture. Out. I think maybe getting the architecture might have been interesting, but the people moving in, you lose a lot of detail in there. It's a little dark, at least on my screen. I'll do out on that.
Okay. Colorful path.
I'll leave this in because it's a new, these are in a more beginner group. I'll comment on it when we get, the next round on that.
Okay. Okay, so we have 3 for the second round. What we can do here is, since we only have 3, is we can pick a first and second place if you'd like. Just go straight to that.
The one with the horse and the wagon, with the carriage,
Mhm.
I'll make that. It says Ferry Street. It looks. Oh, maybe that's over in Lamberton or something. I'll I'll give that first. I think everything came out pack sharp. Different angle. I like where the horse has got his head down to the coach woman,
Mm-hmm.
sort of saying, you think you're tired, you should try pulling this thing for, around the block a few times. So I like that because it tells a story. I would have done something to get rid of that. And I like the no parking of a truck there, but they can park there. That was sort of ironic.
Yeah,
Excuse me, Mark, she has to give it a score because otherwise.
I did. I put a 9 there.
Thank you.
All right.
First, you just had to do first and second, right?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
all we're gonna do because
all
we
right,
only
so
have three
9.
on this round.
Yeah.
That's why.
So make that a 9. And let me see the other two. I like the colors of this. Go back to the this would have been third place. I like the street thing, but you got to get things that are not centered. You have a nice leading line, but I think if the angle had been a little bit more over, if you had stood a little bit more to the left of the colorful roadway there, I wouldn't have been straight down, and maybe have gotten, instead of the people with the umbrellas, maybe some of the graphics that were on that building that you can see on the right. Looks like there were some paintings done on the, so I think that would have maybe made it a little bit more interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that would be my third place. So that'd be what, a 7? And then
Yeah.
the organ will be the 8.
All right, let me make that a 7 and make this an 8.
Yeah, old
Okay.
organ. I think
Right.
it's interesting because people don't usually take pictures of instruments, and if that was in the same church of the other picture, this was a little bit more interesting.
Okay, so let's review the
I'm just eating my
contest.
dinner. This is my dinner. I just got home from a meeting.
Okay. Open Group 1, second place, Jerry Morelli. Jerry's not here, but I'll be sure to let him know. And first place, Jack. Excellent job, Jack, as always.
Mhm.
Excuse me, guys. All right, we have the Open Group 2, which is the biggest contest this evening, actually has 36 entries.
Okay.
Okay. Do you want me to
So we got
just
first, second, and third, and some HMs.
right? All right, but the first round is going to be in and out. Do you want to go through like what you did the last time? Just go
Yes,
through each.
please. Hmm. Hmm. Mhm.
Okay.
Very good. A lot of interesting stuff in this one.
Here we go. Full Moon over Breckenridge.
Well, now we know who took that because they said they spend the summers there. In,
Okay,
I have to go with Colorado, you know.
all right. Touching,
Um, I'll keep this in.
okay. Any comments you want, please feel free.
Well, with the ones
Okay,
that don't make the cut, I will comment on.
all
On the
right,
other ones, I'll wait till the
okay.
in. Oh, that's the yellow rump.
Hills and pine trees,
In. I'm a sucker for landscapes.
Tyrian buttercup love,
Oh, I like this too. I'm gonna leave that in too.
tasty.
Oh. Out, and because it's very centered again, um, maybe a little bit more of the flower. I know the subject is the bumblebee, but it becomes sort of stagnant and not a lot of energy if it's sort of centered both horizontally and vertically. So I'll have to put that out. So the coloration is nice. I think you could have cut out that dead one in the back, a little bit, maybe a closer crop or uh, you know, that's my suggestion. Anyway, that'd be out. Yeah.
My blind friend,
Uh, well, I doubt if this is your pet. Uh, um, yeah, it's sort of a zoo picture out.
natural light,
In.
lava bridge,
Um, I think I will make that out. If it had a wave crashing on it or something, it might have been a little bit more interesting. Again, it's sort of stagnant. Um, color saturation is pretty good, but I think I would have waited for a moment where there might have been some more wave action or something or some animal on there. Maybe a seal or I don't know where it was taken, but out.
coffee and baked goods, anyone?
Out. Uh, that's just somebody else created the statue and put it there, and you're just, it's like a postcard kind of thing. It doesn't really tell me much of a story, and um, the angle is sort of pedestrian. Don't mean to be cruel, but
Okay.
yeah, out.
Denali National Park view in black and white,
We leave that in.
still life,
I'll leave that in. Maybe because I'm wishing I had a glass of wine. I don't know.
look like
Uh,
palm trees,
yeah, I'll leave this in too.
two people on a cliff,
Hmm. I like that it's tack sharp. The sunlight. I'll have to leave that in for now, I guess, because it's really well done. I'm not sure the two people there are very interesting unless he's looking like to jump or something.
Dahlia delight,
I'll leave this in.
bike and tulips,
I think I'm going to take this out. I think I would like to see a more brilliant coloration of the flowers. They're sort of washed out. I think, everybody manipulates things all the time now. And it doesn't tell me much of a story. So, and there's sort of some glare and on the bike. So out.
Pattern.
Yeah, out. Um, I mean, I like sort of like how the light is like the diagonal line through there. But again, that doesn't tell me much about where it was or what you were feeling or what you can get out of it. So,
Hibiscus.
uh-huh. And
Smithville Bayou, black and white.
oh, I know where that is. I just went through past Smithville today, just an hour ago. Um, hmm. I think I would have liked a little bit more contrast. It sort of gets a little glary with the roofs. I think a little bit darkening is slightly and a little bit more contrast would have made some of the wooden structures and the textures and the wooden structures sort of pop out. So I'll have to say out on this one.
Secrets lie beyond.
Hmm. Well, again, the center of it, the opening between the two doors is right in the center again. Um, I like it's very tack sharp. The coloration is good, but I think a little bit different angle might have made it a little bit more dynamic. So out. Hmm,
Homage to Hopper.
how much? Oh, Union Street. Yeah. I think the left side of the building is really, it's in shadow and you lose a lot of the detail in the brickwork. And then I think the interesting thing is the front of the building where the entrance is. And it's mostly in shadow. And again, the peak where the corner of the building comes is right smack in the middle. Um, so I think if you had moved over a little bit, maybe gotten a better exposure on the other side. I'm not familiar with this one of Edward Hopper. I know Nighthawks, but I'll have to do out.
Cardinal in the snow.
Yes, it is. Mm, nice detail on there. Very good. I'll leave that in for now. Yeah.
Hot rod engine.
Hmm. Leave this in. It reminds me of the Modern Times movie of Charlie Chaplin, where he's going up and down with the I can't remember what it's called, but anyway, yes, keep this in.
Okay. Dahlia Day.
I like the other Dahlia a little bit better. This is a little get uh, too again. The center is too centered, so I'll have to go out on this.
Peeking through.
Yeah, but I can't see where you're peeking. Oh, I see. There's trees in the back. Yeah. Mm, the trees that you can actually see are really so pale. It doesn't. You really have to. Oh, just out.
In need of TLC.
Isn't that the truth? Um. Again, it's straight on. The texture is interesting. I mean, it's very spot on. But it's really stagnant. Uh, so out.
Focused attention.
Yeah, but we don't know what she's focused on. Is it the artwork that's behind her? Is it some kid screaming on the floor? Did somebody leave a wad of gum there? I don't know what she's focused on. Plus, again, it's too centered. You really can't get a lot of her emotion that might be, um, the story that her face might be telling. So out.
Rusty and old.
In.
Chrome.
Well, it's tack sharp. It's nice detail in the chair, but again, it's not doesn't really tell a story, doesn't pull me in. Maybe if there had been like a chess piece or something on the table, might have been a little bit more interesting. Out.
Florida Terrace.
In.
Gladiolas at midnight.
In.
Street lamp and shutter.
I'll leave it in for now. I'm not sure. I have to think about this a little bit more.
Seawater rushes through a blowhole.
I'll leave that in.
Hacienda.
I think the tree is really more interesting than the building, so I'll leave that in.
Xena Magic.
Zinnia. Well, this is very similar to the Dahlia. So I'll leave it in and then I'll make a choice maybe between the two of them.
Artist at work.
Again, the artist is right smack dab right in the center. I think if you had moved a little bit to the right and gotten her more on a profile and maybe some of her paints or brush work or something going on with her work behind her might have been a little bit more interesting. When you do things, and I've seen that a lot in these works, that having the center of attention be right in the center doesn't mean it has to be in the center. It means it should be off a little bit to the side, a little bit to give you a different perspective and make it a little bit more dynamic. So out.
Okay. All right, so for the next round, which will be a 7, 8, or 9, we have 21 images.
Okay.
Full
So
moon
how
over
many HMs? How many HMs will you have?
4.
Or it doesn't matter.
As long as they're 9s. If they're not 9s, then
Oh, so to be in the final, to get first, second, and third, everything would have to be a 9?
No, but to get an HM, you could have 8s and 9s that are awards.
Okay.
I'm sorry. It's important that we have the scores 7, 8, or 9. If you think it deserves a 9, give it a 9. If you think it deserves an 8, give it an 8. It's not the number, it's what you think of the photo. And these are important to us because we have best of year with 8s and 9s, and we also have average scores. Okay?
Full moon over Breckenridge.
Okay. I doubt the moon was that close, but I'll give that a 9. Very well done. The moon is you get a lot of detail. I've taken a lot of moon shots, so a 9.
Touching.
Usually I don't give sculptures because it's somebody else's work, but I think with having the Statue of Liberty right behind it and in the hand almost touching that, I think that shows a lot of creativity. Shows everything's tack sharp, even in foreground and the background. The clouds are nice. I'll give this a 9 also. Tells a story.
Graceful takeoff.
Okay, you caught it right, it was taken off, so you must have had your camera trained on it, and it has nice detail in the wings, in the primaries. It's a yellow rump warbler. It's not centered, so I will give that an 8.
Hills and pine trees.
Okay, I like the coloration, I like the background. I'm not sure if that's what the sky actually looked like because I don't see any clouds in the reflections. Um, Good color, beautiful landscape. I will go with an 8.
Harry and Buttercup love.
Yeah. I love the detail in this and the soft edges. Looks like a watercolor. I'm sure this was manipulated, but it's just beautifully done, and I would give that a 9.
Natural light.
I like this because it's simple. You don't have a lot of clutter. The outline of the window with the purple and then the light with the shadow um, is very well done. But because of all the other competition, I will give this a 7.
Denali Park view in black and white.
Yeah, foreground to background looks very sharp. An 8 looks, it looks because of all the snow in there, probably doing it as a black and white is probably the best choice. I don't know, I might have brightened up a little bit of those trees on the other side of the river a little bit so they weren't completely black. So that's why I'll give that an 8.
Still life.
This is very well done. Good composition. I mean, it's just the items that the candle and the wine. I gather this piece of fruit there with the behind it. Very well done. Sharp, interesting. An 8.
Look like palm trees.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, if the sun's still shining. I doubt if they would have been that bright of the fireworks, but exceptionally well done. It's a little bit centered um, where the first sparkling is and how the palms come out. Like the reflection, an 8.
Two people on a cliff.
Mhm. Yeah, I like the clouds. Um, oh, come on, squirt, get away. A 7.
Dahlia delight.
Okay. I will give it an 8. It was well done. I like the surrounding of it. It really blends in nicely. How these things are, photography these days is not what it was when I was starting out in this, and when we had slides and you didn't manipulate and stuff. But very soft, very appealing, and 8.
Hibiscus.
Okay, to my eye, it doesn't look the stem, the stamen coming out doesn't look tack sharp. So I will give that a 7.
Cardinal in the snow.
It's interesting how his leg, I mean, the snow is already up the top of his leg. This couldn't have been last year because we didn't have any snow. And you have some snowflakes on his tail, and the feathering and his plumage looks very nice and tack sharp. An 8.
hot rod engine.
Mm-hmm. And 8, just very sharp. I think it's, at least to my eye, it starts to blur a little bit way in the back of the on the right-hand corner. So it's hard to get the dimensions, all that in this, keeping it tack sharp. So I'll give that an 8.
Rusty and old.
I like this. It tells a story. The car needs a little tightening up. I like the composition is really nice. Everything's in sharp coloration, telling a story. I would give that a 9.
Florida Terrace.
Florida Terrace, Florida. It looks like could be in Italy. Looks like Juliet's balcony. An 8. Very nice. Very nicely done.
Gladiolas at midnight.
This is really beautiful shot. Doing it with the black and white with the water petals. You probably sprayed them. But it's lovely. A 9.
Street lamp and shutter.
Okay, I like this. The shutter needs a little work. Nice composition, but I'll go with a 7 on that.
Seawater rushes through a blowhole.
Okay, we're probably waiting for this to happen, and you got the shot off as it hit the zenith of its explosion on the water coming up through the hole. A 7.
Hacienda.
This, I love the tree. The building almost becomes superfluous, but it does add a dash of color and makes the tree stand out. Um, I'll go with a 9 on that because that's just because it looks like almost like a black and white with a little dash of color in there. Very, very nicely done.
Xena Magic.
All right, Zinnia. I'll do an 8 on that. Very similar to the Dahlia. Is that Dahlia? We had. Okay.
Okay, so we have 6 that
9s.
are 9s, right? So we'll have first, second, third, and the remainder of them we can make honorable mention if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay, let me go through.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Huh. For me, this is really tough. Which one do I like? I could make all of them first place, I tell you. Every one of them has its own outstanding attributes. I think, oh man. Oh. I think this is really hard. I will take the Gladiola at midnight. It's first place.
Okay, that's first place. Mm-hmm.
And the second place will be the one with the old truck in front.
Okay.
And third place, oh, sugar. These are all interchangeable. In my eye, any one of them could be first, second, or third. My third place, I will go with the statue. That one. I just like the composition of that. I think it's especially these days, what's going on. Sacrifice. But any of the HMs could have been first place. I mean, it was exceedingly difficult.
Okay, let's see who did what. Open group 2, honorable mention, full moon over Breckenridge, Sandy. Well, we knew it was Sandy anyway.
Mhm.
And next one, Perry and Buttercup Love. David, terrific job.
Beautiful.
Hacienda, Bobby, really nice,
Mm-hmm.
really is.
Mhm.
Third place, Touching, Bobby again. Bobby, it's your night.
Mm.
Really beautiful. Second place, Rusty and Old, Sandy. Nice,
Oh.
really nice. And first place, Gladiolas at Midnight. David, once again, terrific job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I applaud all those. All 6 of those were just beautiful. I wish I could have taken any one of them. I'd be really proud.
well, we only have 3 here. Let's just go through it like we did before,
And this is the paper one?
right?
Oh, okay.
Paper group 1, Sugar Galore.
Hmm. 7?
That's in.
Oh,
Okay.
in. Yeah, they're all in.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Hmm. No, well, maybe not. This would be out.
3D
And
pop-ups.
this is in. This is in.
Okay. So now we have. Okay.
The last one will be first place. Oh, I have to give it a score. 9. All right.
Which one? All right. You tell me which one is
Oh, that'll be a 9.
this one.
And then this one's 9. And the one with the sugar would be 8.
Okay.
It's a hard topic paper.
Right on.
Yes. It's true.
I've been in many camera clubs and never had that as a topic.
Matter of fact, when I wasn't even sure, I had to ask the photographer. Okay, first place, Jack. Once again, terrific job.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now group 2. Here we
What
have.
did you show the first, the sugar thing was second place, right? That you did show.
Well, there is no second place, so
There is no.
not
All
when
right.
there's so few.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
We have 19. Once again, we'll do like you do. We'll go through all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Group 2 paper.
Ay, ay, ay.
I'm going to ask people not to make comments.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Hmm. So people had to be a little creative here. Hmm. Okay, so we're going through in and out now.
Yep.
Okay.
Only appreciated when not there.
I like the humor in this, so I will keep that in.
Paper hanger.
Out. I get the joke, yeah, but out.
Are
This will
you
be in.
are you in there somewhere? Okay.
In.
Light and shadow.
Oh, this will be in. Very interesting. I'm not sure if it's paper.
It is
Ah,
paper. I checked.
yeah.
Uh, don't leave home with this on your shoe.
Oh, cute, but out.
Paper art.
I mean, people are really stretching it here. Out.
Old prayer book.
Hmm. I'll leave that in.
Felted paper art.
I'll leave that in.
Shades of taupe.
I'll leave that in.
Watercolor on paper of lava bird home on Maui.
Okay. Out because it's, I mean, it's, it doesn't display paper. I mean, whether it was printed on paper or not, that's somebody else doing the artwork then, I think. I don't know. Anyway.
Achoo.
True. Yeah. I like how they did vignetting around that, so I'll keep that in.
Just a tissue.
In,
Blue paper boat.
in,
My current read.
out.
Folded paper mountain landscape.
Hmm. Out.
Curves.
In,
See my watercolor.
out. It's somebody else's art. You're just taking a picture of what they already did.
Part of mine.
In,
Art and paper.
no, I like the prior one, so this will be out. A little bit too far out, I think. All right.
One, two is 7, 8, 9.
Mm-hmm.
Paper group 2. Only
Mhm.
appreciated when not there.
Huh. The 7. I like the humor of it. I think it's a little bit centered again. There we go for that centered thing. Um,
Are you in there somewhere?
well, there's certainly a lot of paper there. It looks like some of the newsstands could be in Paris, could be in Europe, could also be in New York. But the roof looks different, and they don't have tile roofs in New York. So I will give this an 8.
Light and shadow.
9. I don't know how they did what that is. It looks. I'm assuming that it's really it's cut paper and then have the light shining on it and stuff. That's yeah, that's a 9.
Old prayer book.
A 7. It's
Felted paper art.
I can't see all the art, so I'm gonna do an 8 on that. I mean, it's a tough category to come up with new ways of seeing paper. This would be a 9 also.
Achoo.
An 8. Again, I said I like the vignetting. Uh, just a tissue. A 7. I mean, it's creative, interesting. I like the boat. You can see where it's come from, and it's not centered. And I'll give that a 9.
Curves.
I like this too. I think this shows like creativity, considering what the topic is. And it's very nicely done. The shadows are very nice. You get the feeling of the depth of the paper that's been folded. So I'll give that a 9 also.
Heart of mine.
Again, I like this was a little bit tighter shot than the last one was. I mean, the one that looked similar to this that was out. So I give this an 8. That's very nicely done. A little bit soft in the background though.
Okay, well, here we go. We have 4 for the scoring. We get here, so we can go through here.
Hmm.
Light and shadow, shades of taupe,
Hmm.
blue paper boat, and curves.
Okay. First place will be the first one, light and shadow.
Okay,
That's exceptionally well done. I love the color things in it. Do you want me to talk a little bit about it? You really can't tell that it's paper till you look at a little bit of the details that are on the edges. Somebody really took the time and effort to photograph that beautifully and work on it. A little bit soft over on the right, on the left edge, but it doesn't matter because the overall picture is just beautiful. All right, let's go back to, this would be no, this will be second place. And would he get an 8 or? I mean, these all had 9s, right? So you keep that as a number. Yeah, so this will be second place, and then the boat will be third place. And curves, is that the next one?
that would be honorable mention.
Yeah. So do you need any more HMs, or you're just gonna go with the 1?
No, just the 1 because it was a 9.
Okay. I think it showed a lot of creativity with a very difficult topic, and all of them were pretty clever.
Paper group 2, honorable mention, shades of taupe, flow, excellent job, as always.
Mm-hmm.
Third place, blue paper boat, big Harv, nice job,
I
always.
wonder, did you make the boat, or was that somebody else had made the boat and you just happened to capture it? Is he around? Is he on?
Yeah, he's
Yes,
on.
I'm here. Yes, I made the boat.
Oh, well, there you go.
It didn't sink?
Well, I had to shoot fast before it did.
Okay, nice
Good
job, Harv.
capture. Nicely done.
Second place, curves, flow again. Wow, Flo, this is
Mhm.
your evening.
Mm-hmm.
Beautiful Flo. And
Mm-hmm.
first place, light and shadow, Bobby. This is the one I
Yeah.
didn't know, and I called her to make sure that I sent her an email to make sure it was paper.
Yeah, I see it more in the lower left-hand corner that you could tell that it's paper, but just a beautiful shot. Yeah. Very good.
Let me just okay.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to say that was packing paper that was in a box, maybe from Amazon, maybe not even from Amazon. I've had that paper for years. I
Really?
put it away. I said, someday I'm going to make a picture out of that. And
So how did you light it?
believe it or not, I just used a flashlight.
Really?
Mhm.
And it came out with all those different colors, the blues and the yellows and everything, the gold.
I added like a vintage color to it, or it
Mhm.
might have been modern from Photoshop.
Mhm.
But actually, it did have coloration somehow. I don't exactly know how that
Mm.
came to be.
Very nice. It stood out when you first ran it, the photos through, that just really caught my attention.
Thank you. Well, I'm not going to throw the paper away even now, so.
Oh, you still can
There's
use it.
nothing like, I don't have any packing paper like it's like that. I just have, it's, paper without newsprint on it and bubble wrap. Buy stock and bubble
It
wrap.
must be cheaper, yeah.
That
Yeah.
could be fun to do, bubble wrap. Well, it was very nice, Sue. You got into our rhythm of how we do things here. I don't know if all the clubs do it the same way, but we had a nice
They're very
group of-
similar.
Oh, there it is, the boat.
Oh, wow.
Huh.
Looks gigantic when you look at the picture.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I was thinking of doing a boat with making one of those. That's now I'm not. I'm too lazy. I didn't want to do that.
Oh, you're not lazy, Sandy,
Mhm.
that's for sure.
Harvey, I think we should put your paper boat in front of my paper mountain and we could make another picture. Yeah.
Mhm, We
Very
can make it,
nice.
looks like a hat, almost too.
This is proof.
Was it really on water, Harvey?
No,
No.
I composite it. But
Oh,
it's all my photography. All
Yes.
of it is mine. The water and the boat.
Mhm.
okay.
Okay.
You
I
know,
think
I'd
that's
like
it
to
then.
say one last thing. Diana had come over when I was working on this picture, and it was she who suggested that I use those treatments, the vintage, the modern, check them out. So I have to thank her for the
Mm.
tint of blue in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I just want to say, when you go out to Colorado, I'm jealous. I used to own a place there, and that's why we spent every summer there.
Mhm.
So I have
I've
an
been to
artist.
Breckenridge once.
Oh, I love Breckenridge. Yeah. So now we just
I'm
rent.
going to Fort Collins
Uh-huh.
and I'm leaving Sunday.
Oh,
I had an artist that was here locally, and she moved to Boulder. I'm so I lost her as an art teacher, but she's like her art has like really exploded out there in Colorado.
Mhm.
Uh, you know, there's so much to photograph.
Well, there is.
Can I
The
ask
reason
what
I had
brings
my
you
thumb
out?
down with Amazon, getting my book is because I only make about 50 cents on.
Oh yeah, I understand that.
um, Any reason for
No.
moving to
I
Colorado?
can get it directly from the publisher would probably be better.
Oh, I think it's on its way already. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Next time. Order from the publisher next time anybody wants it.
Mm.
So, Diana asked, why are you moving to Colorado? Are you moving to Colorado for a particular reason?
Well, I have some family out there. I've been out there about 8 times and I really like it. Um, my house is too big. I moved here with a family member who passed away a while ago, and it's too much to maintain at my age, and taxes are too high in Barnegat, and I figured I should do something different for the rest of my life. So,
You're okay with the
Okay.
altitude?
yeah, I haven't had any problems being out there,
No?
but it's just packing and moving is just driving me nuts. I think I threw out like half of what I own and I still have too much stuff,
That's the hard part.
Yeah, that was
But,
one
I'm
of
gonna
those.
stop recording now, okay, guys?
Okay, yes.